Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I want to do a little 2017 PvP content creator summit, little wrap up, kind of tell you guys how it was, my experience. I can't say too much because we are under NDA, and I can't talk about like any too specific things that we did there. But yeah, so what was it about? It was content creators, so not just rank 1 PvPers. But also just people that make content for the community. So it was me, Supatees, Rubcub, Bajira, Venruki, Snuts, Cartoons, and Swifty. So we have some YouTubers, some people on Twitch, pretty much anyone that influences the game. Not everybody that influences the game though, just some influencers. I'm not sure how they were picked, maybe random. And we kind of just we went out there, we got to meet some developers, we hung out with them, introduced ourselves. First night we went out to dinner. It was a great time. By the way, huge shout out to Blizzard. It was freaking awesome. I had the best time of my life, seriously. But yeah, the next day we woke up and we had a tour of the Blizzard campus, the Blizzard headquarters, which was freaking awesome. I took a couple pictures and they're on my Twitter, but most of it I couldn't film, unfortunately. But that's okay. I was gonna film a workout too. I actually did get to work out with Bajira and Cartoons a little bit, which was freaking awesome, and Venruki, which was freaking awesome. But didn't record that. It was super early morning. It was like 7 a.m. or something, and I was super tired, but had a good workout nonetheless. But yeah, so we talked about, you know, just some ideas we had for the game. I'm super excited for everything to come in 2017. I mean, they didn't tell us everything. The specifics in which they did tell us, I can't go over with you, but I did read a lot of comments. A lot of things were brought up that were very exciting for me, very exciting for the developers, very exciting for everybody else there. We kind of, you know, had like some things as content creators we kind of talked about, and we're like, all right, developers, look, this is pretty cool, you know. And so we talked about some stuff like that, and there's definitely off the top of my head just like at least a couple things I'm very excited for upcoming in 2017. So yeah, stay tuned. Pretty freaking awesome. And then, yeah, so later in the day, we toured Blizzard headquarters. We had a full day of meetings, developers. We got to look at pretty much like the workout area, the Blizzard, Blizzard stuff, and and you know where they ate and all that kind of stuff. And then after that, we went out to dinner. Again with more developers and just people that worked at Blizzard, and it was really cool. By the way, in this game, it's after the new patch that came out Tuesday. I'm trying some Windwalker Frostmage. We actually lose here. The next game is also on the map against the same team, I think, same comp, and I think we win this next one. So it's kind of like a showing a loss than a win, and maybe I'll briefly go over what I did differently. But yeah, so very excited. They definitely made a point to like, all right, guys, you can't say too much. So I didn't want to. Don't want to break any rules here, but yeah, definitely wanted to keep you guys up to date and not just say anything. Be like, all right, guys, I'm back. So let's go. You know, just into straight up to another clip, because I was gone for a couple days. And by the way, I definitely missed my stream and uploading to YouTube. It's I think like two days without anything. So that was definitely weird. It was a nice little vacation though. Definitely good to have some time away, but definitely ready to be back. Super pumped for what's to come. But yeah, expect some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, in this second game, so we lost the first game. I kind of just died. In the second game, I actually went Cone of Cold, or 15% additional slow, which makes my Cone of Cold 85% slow instead of 70. And basically, my goal was don't let them hit me at all. If they ever hit me, just Cone of Cold and run. Blizzard and run. Nova and run, because my slows are so slow. So if you're ever being trained, you might want to try that out. Instead of Ring of Frost, actually go the 15% extra slow, and really, like, they just shouldn't be able to hit you ever. Look at this, I'm standing max range, I have a Blizzard on them. If they ever get to me, I have 2 Blinks, Novas, and a Cone of Cold is 85%, so they can barely move here. So, orbing, I'm trying to keep out of Blizzard the majority of this game, as you can tell. Going for mainly kicks here on the Mistweaver Monk. I do get a couple sheeps, but I'm not primarily focused on sheeping the Monk. I'm primarily focused on not dying and kicking the monk as much as possible. Because the first game, if you guys rewatch that, is I missed most of my kicks. Almost every kick, I was just like, oh, let's throw kicks. This game, I was very hyper-focused on landing kicks. I think I landed most of them, and just not dying. And that proved to be a much better strategy than playing offensive, going for sheeps, and going for big bursts. I just played back, didn't die, went for kicks. Yeah, that's about that. I usually, our goal is to kind of cleave down both DPS. Shaman's a primary target, but the warrior will die as well with the AoE from the orb, the Comet Storm, the Ice Nova, the Fist of Fury, the, whatever, leg sweep, AoE from the Zuen, etc. We overlap Bash and Sheep there. Not the biggest deal, like I said. We don't even technically really need CC to land these kills. Although it does help, but we can definitely win in a lockout into a Bash clone or just a lockout into a Para clone. Pretty much all instant cast stuff, or at least not stuff that I don't have to worry about too much. So triple sheeping is nice, but it's not mandatory to actually win this matchup, which is definitely very nice. Double leg sweep here on the DPS, and that's kind of another thing keeping me alive. So that was a bad temp shield, by the way, that I just did. Terrible temp shield. But yeah, we're kind of trying to rotate stuns, temp shield, iron bark, ice block if I need it, blinks. So I mean, I'm just like an impossible target to kill, right? If they go my monk can easily port away. If they ever try to touch him, my monk should never die between karma, wall, ports, etc. Stuns. My druid has a blink as well. So the main strong point of this was that if they went my druid, he blinks away. If they go my monk, he ports away. If they go me, I blink away. It's like, it's very difficult for them to actually stick and land onto a target. So definitely pretty awesome comp. This is one of my favorite comps, I think, right now. Windwalker Mage, Resto Druid, and maybe we'll do some tournaments with it in the future. I'm not sure. Got a nice cancel temp shield there, and trying to get as many lockouts CC as possible, but not really pushing for it too much. I like to actually stay in the corner on this map, away from the pillars. As you can see, I'm kind of kiting away from pillars most of this game to keep it so that Monk has to come in the open so that we can CC him easier. By the way, I did read a lot of the comments in the last YouTube video on my Twitter. People just messaging me, DMing me, etc. about PvP changes. And don't get me wrong, we definitely did talk about a lot of that stuff. Actually, there's a few things that you guys talked about I thought was really cool, and we actually brought up there and talked with Blizzard, which was pretty cool, and some really great ideas were bouncing around. So that's definitely very exciting. Do keep in mind though, the primary focus was, get to meet people, them to get to know us, and so that we can, as content creators, continue to make great content for the community. So yeah, pretty awesome trip overall, pretty awesome game here. I just wasted my belf right at the end. What was that, Czar? Come on. The Shaman does eventually go down. A loss, then a win. Blizzard PvP Summit wrap up. Can't say too much, but there it is, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, leave a thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about all this stuff. It's pretty crazy cool in my opinion. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!